Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of Home Together.
We're so glad that you could join us. As you can see, for this episode, we're down by the sea for a story on the water. Last time, you'll remember, our story was about Jesus impossibly feeding thousands and thousands of people.
Yes, and we did very much enjoy seeing pictures and some of your responses to that story last time. Thank you for sending those in.
Yes, and here's some of them now. Thanks to Russell, Arthur and Jessie for sending in these pictures of their baking. Well done, they look absolutely brilliant. And here's also a picture of their floating drawings.
And we've done the water thing. It's floating. And this is our bake.
Thank you, Sandra, for your little videos of your baking and your water drawings. And here, finally, is a picture of Joan and the roll that she made for lunch. Good work, Joan.
Well, it's always good to see the things that you have sent in. Mark, do we have a game for today's episode?
We do, Stuart. Let's go to that now.
Great.
Our game today is a game that involves water. What you'll need is 2 cups, one with a bit of water in it and one that's full of water. I've got Josh here with me to play this game today. Now, the idea is that we take it in turns to put water into the half full glass. And the person that makes it tip over the top loses the game.
Okay.
I'll go first. Oh,
That doesn't count, does it?
that doesn't count.
Okay.
That was a big,
It was.
big glug.
Trying to put the pressure on. Oh, easy. Oh, that was good.
Here we go. It's getting close now.
It's getting close, it's getting tense. Who do you reckon's going to spill it?
I reckon you're going to spill it.
Oh no, we're fine. I think. So close.
No. Oh, did that? No, I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
We're still,
It's so
we're
close.
still good.
Oh no, I think I lost. It came down here.
It came down the side.
Yeah.
And the winner.
Very good. That was
Well,
hard.
that's how you play that game. Hope you have fun with it at home.
Well, that looks like a lot of fun. Mark, should we get on with today's story?
Let's do that, Stuart. Now, today's story starts in the evening after Jesus fed the thousands of people that we heard about in last time's episode.
Well, that evening, after a really busy day, Jesus' disciples went down to the Sea of Galilee.
They got into their boat to cross to the other side, whilst Jesus went up on a hillside to pray.
Well, by now it was dark and Jesus had not yet joined them. Then a strong wind blew up and the sea became quite rough.
They had rowed 3 or 4 miles when suddenly they saw Jesus walking towards them on the water. They didn't know it was him and they were absolutely terrified. They even said, "It's a ghost!"
But straight away Jesus called out to them, "Be brave, it's me, don't be afraid."
"Lord, is it you?" Peter asked immediately. "If it is, then tell me to walk to you on the water." "It is me," said Jesus. "Come on."
So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water towards Jesus.
But when he saw the wind and the waves, Peter panicked and began to sink.
Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. Peter, why did you doubt me?
When they got back in the boat, the wind and the waves died down. The people in the boat were amazed. They worshipped Jesus and said, "We know that you are the Son of God." Whose idea was this anyway, Stuart?
Well, it's all in the Bible. Well, not this bit. Tell you what though, Mark, that was a great story.
It was, wasn't it?
Well, in this series, we've been looking at some of the seemingly impossible things that Jesus did. But in this story, Peter discovered that he could do something seemingly impossible.
He did. But isn't it interesting that as soon as Peter stopped trusting what Jesus had said he could do and started looking at the scary wind and waves around him, that's when he sank.
Yeah, he did. But even then, Jesus was there to pull him out and to rescue him.
And the disciples discovered that they could trust Jesus. And it was another sign to them that he was who he said he was, the Son of God. Now we'd like to thank our good friend Johnny for lending us this boat for today's episode. But we thought it would be great for you to meet him.
I'll go and find him.
Brilliant, thanks Stuart. Well, Johnny, thank you so much for lending us this boat for our episode today. Now, we've been looking at a story where the disciples learnt that they could trust Jesus. Now, I know that you are a Christian. I'm just wondering, what does it mean to you? What has it meant to you to trust Jesus through your life?
Well, in my experience, as somebody that's always been involved in the sea, I feel I have an almost unique thought about that question, in as much as, in my experience, when you're at sea in a boat of any size, the bottom line is you must trust the person that you're with in support, in understanding, and from a Christian aspect, to realise that you've got God in your life as a constant companion. Even although you're alone in the boat, you have that assurance that you're all right. There's somebody that's sharing the concern that you have, if for example the weather turns bad.
No, that's brilliant. Thank you, Johnny.
Well, it's always great to hear from Johnny.
It is. Well, that's all from us for this episode. We'll see you next time. For now, we'll pass over to Sarah with some activities.
Well, hi again, everyone. Wasn't that a great story about Peter and how he had enough trust to jump out of that boat and follow Jesus onto the water? To remember that story, we're going to make some boats this month. So in your pack, you should have some nice patterned paper, and you've got a set of instructions, and we're going to make some little origami boats. I'm going to show you how to do it, but you've also got this sheet to help you as well. Okay, so we're going to start by folding our piece of paper in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again, and then open that fold back out. Then we're going to fold these corners down to make the middle fold. Press them down. And we're going to lift the top side up and fold it down. And then we're going to tuck these corners over on the other side. And then this last bit comes up and we fold that down. So then you've got a shape that looks like this. Then we're going to open it out from the middle and fold it flat. Then we're going to take this point up to the top. We're going to turn it over and do the same on this side. So then we've got a nice triangle. Then again, we're going to open it out from the middle and fold it flat. So we've got a bit of a diamond shape, and you'll see inside there's my coloured paper poking out there. And then we're going to hold the top and we're just going to pull it open. Fold it down again, one last time. And then when you open it out, you'll have a little boat. Now my boat's not going to stand up on the table, but it will float in the water. Okay, for our second activity this month, in your pack you've got a bag that looks like this, and inside is some corn flour. And we are going to play with our corn flour, make it into something that is not quite water, but is not quite solid. So what you're going to do is pour your corn flour into your bowl. Might want to do this outside this month as well. And then you're going to get some water, and we're just going to add a little bit of water at a time. And then you're just going to mix it up. And what happens with the water and the corn flour is that when it mixes together, if you don't put in too much water, you will get a solution that is solid when you touch it, but when you let go, it returns to a liquid. So sometimes it takes a wee bit of a mix. Sometimes it is easier just to get your hands in there and mix it up. So don't want too much water. Don't panic if you put too much in. It will dry out a wee bit as you play with it. And then you've got a really delicious runny solution to play with. But if you take it and you, say, roll it in your hands, you can make it into a solid ball. And then as soon as you let go, it returns to liquid. Grown-ups, don't worry, this will just wash off. Please don't eat it, boys and girls. It is not very tasty. As usual, we would love to see how you get on with your corn flour and with your boats. Maybe you could float your boats on some water in the sink as well. If you are on the Facebook group, please join in, stick a picture up there so we can have a look. If you're not on the Facebook group, send us an email and we will include some of your pictures in next month's episode. See you again soon. Bye.